Can I train like the world's best as they prepare for the Tour de France? Match them, mile for mile, hour for hour. But the pro is Wout van Aert. Yes, one of the superstars of his generation. His palmarès is utterly insane. Just to name a few, he's got 9 times stage wins at the Tour de France and the green jersey. He's won Milan-San Remo, he's won Strada Bianchi, Gent-Wevelgem, Colonel Brussels-Kerner, just to name a few. And that's not even mentioning his cyclo-cross wins. But this year, his sights were set on Flanders and Roubaix. And unfortunately, he had a big crash at Dwars door Flandre, the warm-up to the Flanders. He came out with a broken collarbone. And since then, he's been training in earnest for the Tour de France. And my question is, what does it take to train for the Tour de France? How hard is he actually training? So I'm going to copy him. I'm going to do Wout van Aert's training for 1 whole week. After looking at Wout's Strava, I can see that he's not uploading his power, meaning I'm not going to know what on earth his intervals are, so I can just focus on the time and the distance. Can I get even close to someone who's preparing for the Tour de France? If I'm honest, I think this is going to be quite difficult. It's Monday, start of my quest, and Wout van Aert has uploaded. And it's the evening, it's not the morning. But Wout van Aert has uploaded, and he's done 105k in 4 hours, and he's been actually riding in the Alps by Val d'Isère, the famous ski resort. So I've got an early morning tomorrow because I've got to wake up, get my kit, ride to work. Hopefully that'll take me an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then get my last bit of the session done after work. So yeah, I hope it's not going to be a big week, but I feel like if he's training the Alps, it could be quite big. Anyway, fingers crossed. Time to go to bed and wake up nice and early. Half an hour in. There are many differences between me and Van Aert. One is that I'm not full time. So as long as I get those 4 hours in 105k, that's all I'm really worried about. So I made it to Bath, 40k, 1 hour 27. Now, quick coffee before into the tech show with Connor Dunn. Wout van Aert, thank you for the first hour and a half. How do you think I'm going to get on?
Yeah, I think you'll be pretty tired by the end of the week.
Do you reckon?
You'll be pretty tired.
What I'm worried about is he had a really easy week last week, I noticed, because he did the Tour of Norway and then he's had like a rest week and now he's got a build week before the Tour. So I'm worried this is going to be the build week. He's currently in the Alps.
I reckon he's getting a good bit of volume in. This is volume, volume, volume. Yeah.
Coming to the end of my first day, into the last 40 minutes. Not gonna lie, the legs are feeling it a little bit. Now it's fair to say, I haven't been riding up an Alp climb as Wout van Aert was, but nevertheless, I had a rucksack on. So that's how I'm evening the playing field. So I've just uploaded my data and yeah, I'm a little behind of Wout van Aert. The worst thing about this evening, though, is that I've noticed what my plan is tomorrow. So Wout's uploaded, and he's done 131k with 3,153 meters of elevation. He's done it in a time of 5 hours and 3 minutes. Basically, I've got a massive day tomorrow. I genuinely am thinking this is going to be an absolute mammoth week. He's getting training and getting ready for the Tour de France, and I haven't ridden a bike in 6 months. Anyways, it's gonna be a good day. But I'm starting off on the back foot because I'm slightly behind. I'm hoping he's gonna ease off in the week and I can get my time back. But nevertheless, 5 hours tomorrow, 130k. Stay tuned. I've named the ride Base of the Cake because Wout named his ride Icing on the Cake. Off we go. Let's smash this out. Wout van Aert did 3,000 meters of climbing. I'm probably not going to do that many, but I'm going to see how we get on. As you can see, I'm looking quite tired already, and it's only been day one. Can't take you on the bike. Sorry. Good girl. I feel like this first hour is just settling in, and then I can concentrate 4 hours. Now, Wout van Aert is obviously doing some alpine training, getting ready for the Tour de France. Well, I don't live anywhere near the Alps. I'm in the Cotswolds, which is fairly flat. and you've got some spiky climbs. I don't think I'm gonna get close to the 3,000 meter elevation, but my key, or my aim, is try and get close to the time and the distance. So I'm gonna see how I get on there. 115K in 4:20. So I need to find 15K in half an hour. But I've got a meeting at 4, so I may have to do that after. Oh, blooming hell, I forgot how hard it was to be a pro. After yesterday, I didn't want to look at what I'm doing, so I've left it till the morning. So it's currently 9 AM, and the last thing I wanted to see was I had a 5-hour ride after I'd just done a 4.5 hour, 5-hour ride. So it's 9 AM, had breakfast, smashed a coffee. Now it's time to see what I'm doing. Check in on Wout van Aert's profile, scroll down. Oh! Yes! It's a 2-hour ride. 2-hour ride planned. Nice and easy. He's called it Donna Hay Recipe, which I reckon's code for an interval session. He's done it with Christophe Laporte. I have decided that I'm going to do it on the turbo. I'm going to do an hour on the turbo this morning, and then I'm going to get out on the road for an hour just to mix it up a little bit. And so I'll catch up with you when I'm changed and on the turbo. There's 10 minutes to go, 27K on Zwift. For the first time, I'm up on Wout van Aert. Second session after lunch, it's in the evening. New bike, look at that. Pinarello Dogma, what a beauty. It's my second effort, and I've got a little posse, I've got a little peloton here. So we've got about 20 minutes left, and that'll be me for my third day following Wout van Aert's training. And then it's an upload, check in his Strava and find out what I've got tomorrow. After my split day, I've managed to creep back some time. I've now got 275 kilometers to my name, while Wout has 289 kilometers. So I'm not too far off, and I'm an hour behind in riding time. I'm coming back at you, Wout. I'm coming back at you. Wout's uploaded, which means one thing. I'm getting out on the bike for a long ride. It's taken me a while because I forgot what it was like to be a pro, just like get out and ride your bike every day. So babe, how long do you reckon I've got today?
10K.
No, I've got 110K.
110K.
How long is that going to take me?
10 hours.
No.
12 hours.
No. Otherwise I'd be gone all day. 4 hours.
Just like
4 hours. Half an hour done, I've got company with Matt. Epic today because we got 105K planned. We've done about an hour, 30K in. Matt's lost his bottle. So we're gonna work out that one as we go. But yeah, good crack, good to be out. Wout did a solid session, got 4 hours in, so we're trying to mimic that and see how we're feeling. But at the moment, legs are warmed up, feeling good. Are you feeling good?
Doing great.
Yeah, let's go. 2 hours, 62K on the clock. Big headwind. Legs are burning. Thank you, suffering. 3 hours 20, 91K. I'm a bit short. So I'm bulking out with some Zwifting. So I'm gonna do 45 minutes on Zwift. 400 kilometers. I forgot what it was like to be a pro. And I've got to say, my body is just not acclimatized to it, as you'd expect, because I just haven't done back-to-back rides. But it just shows you just how hard it is to train like a pro. If you had to do anything in your life, you know, work-life balance, and then, you know, having family time, it's just hard. But what have I learned over the last 15 hours? Well, one is that he trains hard and I'm not doing any of the intervals or the elevation. Just getting out and riding the same distance in the same time has been enough. And And 2, my bottom's a bit sore. It's a bit bruised. I'm just not used to being on the saddle for so many hours. Another big day in the bag. My tally is still looking pretty good. 385 kilometers in 14 hours, but I'm still 14 kilometers behind Wout and an hour in riding time. I'm still in touching distance though. What's day 5 gonna bring? I really hope it's not a long one.
It's day 5. Oh, Wout's uploaded 130k, 5 hours.
Saturday, I just don't want to ride 5 hours. I really don't, if I'm really honest. Oh gosh. I don't have the luxury, as Wout does, of being in the Alps and just focusing on training. And that is just why it's so hard. After all my morning chores, I've now got a little bit of time to get some training in to try and catch up Wout. But I also got a dog sit. That little munchkin. So I've got a bit of a 2-hour window. And the most efficient way in my mind is to do it on the turbo. So here goes 2 hours. And then I've got to find 3 hours from somewhere. 2 hours down, bum suffering. Feel like I'm pedaling squares. I'm gonna push through, do another 25 minutes.
Celebrate, halfway through. This is one thing I can do that Wout van Aert can't. Is enjoy a beer after my easy ride. Well, it's nice not being a pro.
So after a busy day, I just haven't been able to find the time to do a really big ride. I could only manage 2.5 hours on the turbo. So unfortunately, I'm now trailing Wout by 81 kilometers in 3.5 hours, with just 2 days to go. Right. Managed to get 2.5 hours in yesterday. And then I looked this morning and I've got 6 hours. Well, put 6 hours on 160k or something. The biggest thing about this is that it's just impossible to train like a monk when you've got real life going on. This little thing wasn't well, were you? You're feeling sorry for yourself. I think she's feeling sorry for herself. Wout van Aert's sitting on 26 hours and 13 minutes, whereas I am sitting on 17 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm a lot further behind, and I definitely need a cortado to start. I literally feel like the only way I can catch up with Wout is just like staying on the turbo. Looking after a poorly puppy. Oh, I still don't know what I'm doing. I think this really does show though, like just how hard, like how many hours it takes to get to that kind of level. I'm having to jump off the bike, do my chores, get back on the bike. I wouldn't say this is the best training strategy, but in order to get the time in the bike, or the time on the bike, I'm just having to do it around everything, which isn't ideal, but the hours are ticking by, 2 hours done. I'll try and get another hour done, and then try and do a couple hours later. Just feels like it's non-stop. Now this is a proper last-ditch effort to see if I can gain back some time on Wout van Aert. He's put in such a solid effort that I'm gonna have to ride all evening to get there. So, yeah, so this is my plan. Just see how long I can do before I give up. I feel like this is gonna be a long evening. I just don't want Wout to win that easy. But we'll see how we get on. Right, big loop planned. Can I get round it? Let's go. This is the latest I think I've started a big ride. Three hours. The light is going. and my battery is nearly dead on my GoPro, which isn't ideal, but I'm gonna do this. Get in. Let's go. I reckon I can get this done by 9. Woo! Now today I managed to complete 117.48 kilometers in 4 hours and 19 minutes, which sits me 34 kilometers and over 2 hours behind Wout. I'm hoping with a good night's sleep, I might be able to claim back some of the kilometers I've lost. Oh yeah, I'm already looking tired. Right, bedtime it is. So there we have it, the last of the 7 days. Wout van Aert has posted an hour ride to end his 7-day block. And to be honest, I'm stopping right now. I'm absolutely knackered. I had another day at the office, and I think I've done what I set out to do, which was to show you how bloody hard they train. It doesn't just take talent to get and to perform to that level. It takes a huge amount of sacrifice, a huge amount of commitment, and a huge amount of hard work. When I was racing full time, I would do around 18 to 22 hour weeks. But then again, I wasn't racing the Tour de France, a 3-week long stage race. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it really showed you how tough and how brutal it is to perform at that very level. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. If you want to see another video like this, well then let me know, and I'll see you when I've had a couple of days rest, I haven't been on the bike for a while, and I've gained back some lost sleep. See ya.